So let's get to work on making this stuff pop. Let's head back down to our metal object here and let's create a new folder. Let's be sure to set our values folder. It's blending mode. We want that to be passed through. And then we're going to make a new folder at the top. We're going to call this pass through as well. But we're going to set it to pass through as well. And this is going to be our, we'll call this value booster. And in our value booster, I think we might be better off going back to, going back to just looking at that base color. Let's go ahead and establish a new generator. And let's set our generator here above the RGH value that we set up. Okay. So with this, we're going to call the group value booster. That was just explaining. And we're going to make a fill layer, right click it, add a generator. And in that generator, we are going to select, let's do our cavities first, and then we'll boost our edges, and then we'll kind of tweak it from there. Okay, so we'll add some dirt first. And when you first click this, it's going to look absolutely insane. We want to change our generator to only affect the color and the roughness channels. So what we're looking at now is dirt that is being applied to the color and the roughness. And if I go here on, well, let's just set the color first. We'll only look at the color. It's adding black where there is no cavities, and it's adding white where there are cavities. So think about this. A generator generates a mask. A mask can only ever be black or white. It can be gray, of course, but it exists on a black to white scale. What the dirt generator is doing is it's applying white, which is essentially represented by 1 or on, if we're talking like binary. White is showing through where the dirt is being applied. Okay? So, keeping that in mind, I want you to do this. We're going to press a fill layer. We're going to delete that previous layer. We're going to call this dirt. This fill layer, we're going to right click on the fill layer. We're going to add a generator. We're going to add a black mask, add a mask up here. So now we have a dirt with a black mask added to it. And instead of a black mask, we're going to right click on that mask and we're going to add a generator. Inside that generator, we're going to select dirt. And then now you'll see that for my dirt color, let's call this dirt. It's red dirt. Now it's showing red where dirt is being applied. We're going to set it to something more like black, dark gray. And then now with our value set up, so if we make this very dark, like just a straight up black, I would advise never going all the way black like that. We can adjust the dirt level to play around with different values. And if we hide this, you can really see the effect. And I would advise set it to like a lower than 100% value, because we still want the depth that we created with our base values, but we do want this to kind of trend darker. You can change the grunge scale. You can change the grunge amount. I personally don't love a lot of these grunges, so I like to lower the grunge amount. Lower the opacity. And let's just look at that with the dirt, without the dirt, with the dirt, without the dirt. Now, what's the big thing that's being changed here? Because a lot of this was already getting covered in the ambient occlusion. Well, this dirt is adding another kind of dimension of darkness where it was going to straight black. With it visible, it is it's creating more depth is really what it is. So you see where before the dirt gets applied, it's just going straight to black right here. With the dirt on, it's kind of blurring it out and softening it a little more. So I think I may it a bit. Then we'll change this to a multiply. So we still get that nice ambient occlusion. I think I'm going to back off of the ambient occlusion just a little bit there at the base value so that we can kind of get a little bit more control with our dirt. Pressing M to go back to our object here. But here's the real kicker. So we have the dirt applying this dark color where the dirt would be building up, but we can also change our fill layer to add a roughness. So think about this. Wherever there's dirt, there is not an opportunity for the material to shine as much. So the roughness would increase in those more dirty areas shown here. So you see that? Now the cavities where the mask in between these faces is getting filled with a stronger roughness value, so less reflective and more of that dark dirt value, leading to a result like so. All right, set your scene up like this, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.